Oh my God, guys, let's just take 2 minutes to appreciate this sun. Oh my God. I don't think these good days would feel nearly as good without those bad days. Like this isn't even a, like this, we're still at 0. But just that feeling of the sun just lifts your spirits up. Oh my God. You need all those bad days. You need the bad days in your life to really appreciate these good days. Like, this is just a little glimmer of hope of what we have to come in the springtime, and oh my God. So I do apologize for yesterday. Didn't have a video up. I've spent the whole day talking to this camera to myself at the end of the day. Like, nobody was listening. This microphone wasn't even listening. This fucking thing turned off. And I was just talking to myself. I was talking to the camera, but since this wasn't working, there was no audio feed on any clips. So you would have got an hour of me just talking to myself. Just talking to nobody. You'd have had to lip read the whole hour. We're going to get this truck out of the shop. I got the gray truck. I worked all day yesterday on, what was it, the blue truck. Corey was hauling with this gray truck, and I was working on just greasing underneath and doing some odds and ends, fixing leaks and stuff like that, and checking the lights. And oh no, it was the water truck I had in there, right? So that's out of here now. I spent the whole day fixing that thing up, and you didn't see any of it. So we're gonna do the exact same thing to this gray truck, and then once this gray truck's done, we're gonna move it out and be done. All the trucks will have got thoroughly worked through. They will be essentially seating spring ready, field ready. And yeah, I don't know how much grain hauling we're gonna do with this truck. There is kind of a significant leak, an oil leak on this. I think it's on the oil filter housing or the valve cover or something, but this has to go to the truck shop. Don't have too crazy amount left. We're working on our 10,000 bushel contract with Viterra for wheat, and we filled the other one with Richardson. We'll have another 5,000 bushels of canola contracted, but after that we'll probably have maybe 10 to 15,000 bushels of grain left, which isn't a crazy lot of grain. That's maybe a week or two of hauling, and we'll be caught up, and a lot of that will be on bin bottoms and stuff. Like the last 5,000 bushels will probably be bin bottoms, scraping those up. So I mean, that's not really a job that can be done until I'm back anyways. So yeah, we're the next day here or so, we're gonna be just getting everything ready for me to leave. So I want to bring the dually back here, get that in the shop so it's usable. If he's having issues, he can jump in the truck and not use his personal truck, because I'm not going to be around with my truck. I mean, I guess I could leave my truck somewhere close by and he can just jump in that if he needs. But the Versatile and the 4450, we got the 4450 parked out front already. The Versatile's going to get parked out front. It is so nice out here. I'm just going to focus on getting the engine started and moving things around into place, because it's so much easier starting equipment when it's nice out like this. So, oh, have you noticed while I'm talking here anything? Look at, I'm taking a video of you right now with my glasses. These are the new META glasses. I'll let you know what I think of them. I used to think that these were pretty gay, like with having the camera right in the glasses, but honestly, they're polarized. I was gonna spend 200 bucks on glasses anyways. These cost me about 400 bucks. And this way I've got a camera, and I've always been trying to go like, see, this is why I got the necklace here for this GoPro that I got in my hand, so I can put it around my neck and carry it around, because I'm always trying to go hands-free with the wheelchair. Like if I'm carrying parts and I got to steer this and then also try to film you with my other third hand, like it's not going to work. So any opportunity I can do to go hands-free, that's game changer, I think. So more opportunity to get filming and clips and everything else. So I'm all for that. Was it worth 400 bucks? We'll see. But as far as right now goes, I can get phone calls through these and listen to music through them. And it's just the arms, there's a speaker in the arms that kind of blasts sound into my ear. I don't understand, because you could be standing right here beside me and I could be playing music and you can't hear it. You wouldn't be able to hear it beside me, even though it's just like, just blowing sound. Like there's no it blows my mind, honestly. So the only thing I wish is that every time I take a video, there's that little blinking light here. It would be kind of nice to go incognito and not let people know that I'm filming them, because how I could be like a spy. And also, how cool would it be if you'd be able to, like, you know, start these recording and then they put them up on like a table or something and like leave the room, and then when people tell secrets about you, then you would know all their secrets because you're spying on them. The rundown for this truck. I'm gonna go underneath and do all the grease. I'm gonna grease everything, all the drive shafts and brake components and steering components and everything like that. It's gonna get good grease on it. Check the levels on everything. I've got to top up the oil again. Like I said, it's running a little low. Maybe blow the air filter out. We've been hauling a bit of grain, and you never know, the augers could be dust on it. I just want this thing to be relatively field ready. Check the hub oils and the axle oils. This one has a bit of a crack or something on the one pumpkin, so I want to make sure that that hub oil is good. And but other than that, this one's been running really well. We did have this in here to do an engine oil change, and I did some things on it. Checked all the tire pressures and checked the brakes and everything, and the lights are all good. But yeah, it's just very minimal stuff. But I want to get this out of the shop so that yeah, we can move on to the next thing. I feel getting kind of a little bit stressed here now, seeing all the stuff that's got to get done before tomorrow night, because I'm driving to the city tomorrow night to catch my plane Friday. And I still actually got to get I got to go and try to get suited up for a new wheelchair. I ordered a wheelchair, like a personal wheelchair, manual one last year around, well, fuck, this time, and it's finally ready to go. So that's crazy. I mean, it's free. I wonder how quickly, you know, American companies can get wheelchairs. You know, being free healthcare up here, it seems if it takes a year to get them up here, like I wonder what it takes where you don't have to pay. Where it's not taxpayer funded, how quickly, if it's all private company like that. I mean, actually, those wheelchair companies are still private companies, so what the fuck? Why did it take so long? Whatever. So I was watching YouTube. I've been watching every day, watching some kind of fishing videos on YouTube about like, oh God, I've been getting into like the bass fishing stuff, and they're actually fishing down in Okeechobee on these, like all these bass fishing videos, because there's like extremely, like, I think honestly they say that the bass fishing in Florida or at Lake Okeechobee is, and around that area, is like some of the best stuff you'd get in America. So super blessed that I have the opportunity to go down there. But I'm fishing, I'm watching these videos. It's getting me so pumped up, and then all of a sudden I got into these saltwater fishing videos, and I went saltwater fishing last year down there. I got my license, and I think it was like kind of tacked onto my freshwater license. But anyways, I got so sick. Like we hopped in the water there, right off the dock, and I'm like so excited. We spent the day fishing or changing tackle over to saltwater tackle, and the boat had to get ready for saltwater, and we put a lot of time and effort. Then we had to drive to the ocean from where we were at. That's maybe a couple hours, and there and back. And then I get in that water, and I get fucking seasick. Like the first 5 minutes. It was we were kind of in maybe a smaller boat, and they were seeing I was struggling, and it was a little choppy right on the inlet there, but they said it was going to get worse as we got out farther. And thank God they turned around. I didn't want to be a baby and like ask to turn around. I was just going with the flow. I was literally just laying on the dock or on the boat, and they had a fishing rod in my hand, and I casted it, and I just let it troll there. I had my eyes shut. I was laying flat on the ground. And I kind of felt bad. We went to all that work. Of course, those guys have strong stomachs. I mean, I'm just a prairie boy out there dying. All right. So that last truck, these Detroits don't have priming pumps on them, so we got to crank this. So that's why I'm filling these up. I mean, it's a good idea to fill all your fuel filters up, but it just saves you time pumping. But you have to fill these ones up, or else you're going to get an airlock somewhere. And even yesterday, it took about 30 seconds of cranking to finally build enough suction, I guess. So, oh God, shit. If I can sneak it down the top here. Even that amount that I lost might cause issues here. All right. Damn it, didn't write on it. Didn't put the date on it. I was in such a good rhythm of doing that, good habit, but... Oh, God, where's my rag? So, I might grease this one right now before I try to crank that over, because it's going to fill this whole shop up with smoke. And y'all don't want that. God, I would like to give saltwater fishing a go again, though. It was, oh man, I feel like I'd have so much fun out there. That, you know, catching speckled perch and bass, it can kind of get, especially if you're using live bait, you just chuck it in there with a bobber on it. And you just wait for the fish. And it's not really a challenge, because you're kind of just leaving it up to chance and where you're fishing. But I feel like if you got little fake baits and stuff, you can like work on, like, you got to kind of, you know, persuade the fish, and it's a bit of a game. So it kind of gets a little boring after a while if you're just using fake bait or real bait and live bait. But I'd for sure give the saltwater fishing a go again. It's fun just trying. I mean, shit, you're catching way bigger fish. And the teeth on the saltwater fish are much bigger. Just makes it a lot more interesting and entertaining. I just don't go fishing naked, if you know what I mean. I'll just grab onto my bait. Okay, grab the grease gun wherever I left it. We'll quickly give this thing a grease, and then, yeah, not much left to go after that, so. There are some engine leaks that have me worried. Oh, God. And I don't know how, like, I mean, I could maybe attempt to fix them, but I don't want to even open that can of worms. So, where do I want to go? Start at the front end, maybe? All right. Ooh. All right. All right. It's a little cold on the ground today. Oh, it's like a noodle. Don't fall on me. Shit. This is how we're gonna have to finish this video, because I am about done with this whole fucking GoPro battery audio bullshit. Yeah, I was crawling underneath there, and this truck got me kind of worried with all the leaks that are going on. The hoist lift, the big cylinder that lifts the grain up, that one's got some leaking going on. It's going under the drive shaft and spinning. I thought a lot of that oil was up front from that filter housing. There's still a lot of leaks on that filter housing, I think, and the valve cover is leaking, but that hoist lift is not something to mess around with. If that ever, like, if that seal was leaking and it ever failed, or if it was a hose that ruptured finally, that thing would come crashing down so fast, it's not even, I feel like that would be way worse than an engine blowing up. So if that was full of grain and that came smashing down, God, I feel like the whole chassis would just collapse and bend and shit. So, but another big thing I want to send to the shop for is the rear brakes. I noticed the brake pads were getting really low, and before they start scoring into the drums, because you can use the drums probably, they were saying you can use the drums probably twice. Every time you change the pads, you can probably get away with changing the drums once every 2 pad changes. So if we can do that, I'm gonna send that in. But yeah, like I said, I'm kind of at a predicament here, because I'm not gonna be around to run Corey around for taking the truck to the truck shop and whatever else. So we don't have like 15,000, 20,000 bushels more of grain to go. It's like 30, what is that, 30 more trucks or something like that. That's, I don't know, maybe let's say 2 or 3 weeks just of hauling. And the blue truck could do it all very easily, and if it just doesn't break down. Because if it breaks down right now, this one can run and haul grain as long as we keep the oil up on the engine. I'm not, the brakes are gonna be fine, the hoist, it's gonna be fine. It's just, we won't have that spare truck in case the blue truck breaks down. But, and of course I'm not here to run them around to change trucks, but I'm honestly thinking, I think the blue truck will be fine. I'm thinking I might just take this gray truck right to the truck shop today and leave it there and get them working on it while that blue truck is in good shape. I feel like this work will be done to this in probably a week to maybe, by the time they gotta diagnose it, the issues, and then order parts and gaskets and stuff, it'll probably be sitting there for 2 weeks. So that's 10 hauling days, less probably, because the elevators don't haul every day. They're always, no, you can't haul today. So I feel like that blue truck was just through the shop. So I just don't want to have any downtime when I'm gone, like equipment broken down and just sitting. When it should be running, that just hurts me if I'm away, and that's going to be happening. So, but that's the plan today. I mean, I'm fed up with this. I got to figure out all this shit with these cameras if I'm... Anyways, peace, guys. I'm done for the day. I'm going to be running these trucks around, getting things started, so I'm not going to be messing with the camera, but appreciate you coming on. Again, I'm going to be trying to post every single day, and it makes me sick that today, that one video that I should have uploaded and all the fucking audio that went wrong, it should be going up right now for me, but it'll be yesterday for you. But anyways, love you guys. Talk to you again.